Coach David here at Integrative Massage and Fitness. I just gave a medical Qigong distance treatment to one of my good friends and teammates, Brandon Unger. He's also a personal trainer and runs Ardor Performance. He has a YouTube channel. I'm going to have a link in the description below, so if you want to check his channel out, I highly recommend you go there, subscribe, and do some of his workouts. They're freaking awesome. So he wanted to do some energy work, and I said, hell yeah, let's get at it. So he's kind of new to this, so in the beginning of the video I go through some theory briefly and take him through a guided meditation to nourish the organs and to just bring some balance in that space. He also had a headache, so we did a little practice to help clear out the yang channels that sometimes the energy can get stuck in the head. So there's a cool protocol in there for clearing out the energy in the head, down the body. So if you have a headache, you can practice that and it should help clear that up. And then we followed it up with an actual medical Qigong treatment. Now, the treatment can last 30 minutes to an hour and a half. Usually when I do them distantly, it ranges. And it's always in the moment, it's always very organic. So this treatment was about a half hour, give or take. There's some really cool stuff in there. You just get an example of what a general treatment protocol looks like from a distance. So if you're having a lot of stress, you have anxiety, you're having pain in your body, this is a way to combat that. This is a way to bring things into balance and allow that healing energy to run through the body and put things back in order so you can feel better and perform better in life. So without further ado, enjoy. All right, so just to give you a little context and background to medical Qigong and really what drives it all together, we don't know. But because it's like, it's a lot of quantum, like applied quantum mechanics in like practical form that we don't know how to do it, but we just do it, right? So, and then the science has been evolved for thousands of years and been refined and passed down, from one teacher to a student, and has all of its branches, but it stems from an earth-based science for healing. And there's what's called 5-element theory. You're probably familiar with it. They covered it in acupressure very simply, but you have fire, earth, metal, water, wood, and these are unconscious like realms of emotions. So, and they all correspond to an organ, and of those organs there's like a yin and a yang pair. So there's a lot of patterns that are associated with medical Qigong therapy. And that's of usually things are in excess and some things are deficient. And we just want to kind of find an equilibrium to bring that excessive chi, more to, just a more neutral place, and then fill that deficient energy up. So a lot of times we can be excessively yang, where it's just go, 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 and we can kind of like just wear out all of our yang energy, and our yin energy is more nourishing and receptive and receiving. So if it's just go, 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 usually our yin is deficient and our yang is in excess. So we want to kind of balance those things out. And then there's what can manifest in the body as a form of stagnation or an imbalance, is like damp heat or excessive phonetic heat. And there's all these like textures. There's even aggressive chi, which is crazy in of itself. And it's just how like it just all is in our field sometimes. And the beauty of this work is that anyone can do it for themselves. So if you like put your hand on your heart and your hand on your belly and close your eyes for a moment and drop your awareness down. So like from your eyes, bring your awareness back and down the brainstem through the throat from the eyes, back and down the brainstem, down the throat, down into the heart, and then relax into that. And tune into the awareness between the lungs into the heart. And then drop your awareness down, breathing fully with your belly. And then feel your heart and your belly kind of like connecting, making a cord. And then from that cord, bring your awareness down through the hips, between the knees, between the feet, and then down into the earth about 20 feet. You feel that space opening up where greater relaxation is coming in. And then from here, imagine your feet are opening up little eyelids. And from those eyelids, there's roots coming down through the feet, down into the earth. And imagine feeling those roots going forward, backwards, left, right, as they kind of spiral down into the earth, breaking through the crust, going through the soil, going around the rocks. As we go a little deeper, we can connect with the earth. And you'll find when you hit that spot, maybe a charge of electricity or warmth, kind of feel like you've made your destination. Now as you breathe, you're going to draw that energy from the earth. Just allow it to fill up like a river, flowing up through the roots, filling the feet, coming up, filling the knees, filling the hips, filling the belly. And just as you exhale, feeling a little energy returning back. And as you breathe in, filling up, and as you exhale, feeling like this current. Breathing with your belly. We're overflowing right now our lower dantian with earth energy. So as you breathe in, bring your awareness now to the Hoyin, which is that between, it's like your sphincter between your anus and your testicles. You bring your awareness to that place, lift it up by like 10%, and then breathe as you keep it lifted. You may notice some pooling happening there. And we're opening that earth gate to overflow the lower dantian, to nourish the vital organs in the belly, in the abdominal cavity. And what makes this medicine so beautiful is the power of your intention. So from this space, you can focus on nourishing your spleen. So you can take your hands over and put your hands over where your spleen is, to the left, underneath your ribs. Good. And just tune in with the energetics of your spleen. Kind of bring your awareness into that organ. Does it feel cold? Does it feel warm? Does it feel damp? You may get hit with an emotion or a sensation. Whatever it is, just connect with it. If there's any heaviness there or anything that starts to come up, you can just literally clear it out. You can just purge it. And then you breathe in and you nourish and you tonify, support that organ through color. So visualize a beautiful gold bathing the spleen. And as you exhale, any heaviness of stagnation just clears out of the way. And the emotions to the earth element are that of like overthinking, overanalyzing. And the virtue of the spleen is that of trust, and that of focus. So focus and trust is strong chi element to that organ. And when overthinking and overanalyzing comes in, or pensiveness, not being able to make a decision, feeling ungrounded, it's the earth energy is leaking or weak. So we can visualize and tonify that organ and those virtues with our intentions, our mindset, and through the color of yellow. You'll intuitively feel when that space starts to open up and autocorrect and harmonize and tonify. And breathing slowly and gracefully with your belly. And feel the warmth of the earth fill that spleen up, burning away any stagnation. And we're going to bring our hands across the solar plexus, over to our liver, over to the gallbladder and the liver, and just tune in with that. We'll feel some emotions or some energy start to flow through. Just process them, acknowledge them, let them flow through. If anything heavy or sticky, just let it clear out. And we're tuning into the element of the wood, trees, the wood element. And aggression, frustration, agitation, these are all emotions associated with it. The virtue of this is vision, having vision and seeing things grow, and being able to communicate effectively, and being able to establish your boundaries. Is all quality of the wood element. And as you breathe in, visualizing a beautiful emerald green, like a bamboo forest, sending that light into the organ. Anywhere where it's heavy or feels blocked, you just exhale, just let it out. And you continue to breathe and just feel into that space and purge, regulate, and tonify. How to do it is already natural. You'll feel the shift. When you feel ready, bring the hands back to the solar plexus. And from your solar plexus, we call this place the yellow court. And this is where the officials of each organ reside to commune with the heart. So the heart is the emperor of your experience, not the mind. So the emperor sits in its throne, It's surrounded by the metal like a fortress, like a palace. And then in the garden, those are all the different officials that correspond to the virtues of the kingdom, the virtues of each element of the human experience. And sometimes and this is all happening unconsciously, and they'll do their own thing, and they'll squabble, and they'll have their own problems and issues. And when they're not working with the heart, that's when problems get really severe. That's when people have like chronic diseases and so forth. Or they'll just have symptoms that are just like not fun. So when we clear out and tonify these elements, we bring them back to the yellow court, and then we bring our awareness down from our heart to integrate with those energies to reestablish a new pattern. And this is some of this stuff I'm talking about is relatively advanced for people that have been in it for a while, but I know you're really quick on the ball, so you're going to digest it really well. So we just worked with these two main organs that communicate through this hemisphere to the yellow court. From here, we go down, and we're going to nourish the kidneys, the water element. And you bring your awareness into your kidneys, and your kidneys are responsible for, just filtering through your blood and your adrenals, right? So all this working out and caffeine just taxes our kidneys. So we want to tune into the water element and feel that nourishment of the element. Oh, wow. You can visualize a beautiful blue, a dark blue, even sometimes purple. Even black will nourish the kidneys, like deep, deep water. So from the deepest water to the shallowest water, hot to cold, and bring in that essence of the nourishment of water. And breathe it in through the pores, breathe it in up from the earth, filling the kidneys. And what weakens the kidneys is fear. And the virtue of the kidneys is that of our willpower, our vitality, but more specifically our spiritual willpower and the ability to draw upon the power of our ancestors to do great work, because we're literally healing in this lifetime all of the human experiences our ancestors have experienced before us. It's all in our DNA. So to show up in this world and to do the great work requires strong kidneys. So fill up those kidneys, nourish those kidneys, and you can tune into your left kidney and your right kidney. And there's a difference to each one. And fill up your left kidney first. This is your kidney yin. It's very receptive. It's very soft. It's extra watery. It's you almost feel like buoyant in your body. You just tune into that. Breathing in, visualizing that color, sending that nourishment into the kidneys and feeling it fill up. The more you can feel, the more you can heal. You soften the eyes, soften the jaw, filling up the kidneys and the body, nourishing the bones, tuning into like that cerebral spinal fluid, plasma in the blood, all that water, sending a beautiful blue light, filling that space. And when you feel ready, bring your awareness and tune into your right kidney, your kidney yang, your kidney yang. This is where it's like that kidney essence has a little more fire to it, has a little more spunk. And this is the one that usually gets taxed first for us athletes. This is that vitality energy that's like that fiery, get up and go water energy. Push through the fear of whatever it is into the unknown. So we just clear out anything that's like a block to that kidney. Tuning in. And really tuning into the virtue of like having that willpower that's strong, that comes with like an ease and a grace. Visualizing a beautiful blue, black, purple, vibrating the kidneys, feeling the bottom of the feet and the knees, filling up with water from the bottom up. And what holds the water in the body, what nourishes the water, is the element metal of the lungs and the large intestine. In Taoist alchemy, there's like a pot in your abdomen, and when the pot is full of water and the fire is there at an appropriate level, it'll boil the water and will create steam, and in that steam it comes up. It opens the heart and rises and nourishes the Shen and opens all the gates of the upper Dantian. So this is where a lot of psychic phenomenons and things happen at that level, because we're rooted to the earth. We are connected with our virtues, and we're feeling this connection to something that's beyond ourselves and connecting us with this fabric of reality. And then there's like this charge and this heat, and this vapor rises up and it nourishes the heart, opens the heart, and then from that, like this radiance comes up, opens up the energy centers in the top, like towards the head, and then opens them up into heaven. So we're creating a circuit and a bridge to heaven and earth. And as man, we are in the middle, and we hold that truth to be self-evident for ourselves. So this is literally the essence of this work. And there's the internal work, which is called Qigong, which we do through still meditation, right? All the internal work that we do. And then the Wei Gong is external. That's through movement. That's through strength training, through being in the dojo, like moving. And those are the two styles of Qigong, because Qigong literally means the art of and discipline of doing the work to cultivate energy. And you cultivate the energy to nourish the organs, to nourish the spirit and soul. And the whole objective is to literally become immortal, and and to have enough energy to feed their spirit body, so then when they die, they have enough internal strength and ability to send their spirit up when they die, to go through that void, instead of like, oh, I'm just dying, and then they're stuck in this earthly realm. So that's the essence of this Taoist spiritual, Taoist medical work. And that's just like a little practice that we just kind of intuitively went into. That's not even medical Qigong treatment. That was just a little taste of, and like a guided meditation, and kind of through a little process. So feel free to share where you're at, how you're feeling, anything you want to add to in the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely felt my body temperature start to kind of rise up, as we're going through and kind of meditating. My favorite part of massage school was when we did our guided meditations, because it just felt like you're able to really tune in with your body. I don't know if you had your eyes closed and when we first started, but like right when you're talking about bringing bringing the attention, the awareness from the eyes down to the spinal cord, back down to your throat, all the way down to your heart, right? As I'm visualizing and having that awareness, as I'm bringing that down, I don't know if you saw, but my shoulders went from here down to here.
Yeah.
Right, just from I'm not even thinking about my shoulders. I was thinking about keeping that awareness, but because of that and the breathing, I was able to
open
it up, and then feel better. You know what I mean? Just feel a little more relaxed. And before we started, I had a headache, and we didn't do a whole lot, of course, but I can definitely feel like that severeness or like that sharp pain from the headache. Kind of went away, kind of dulled. Just to kind of focus in on the body. You know what I mean?
So the headache has subsided a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just a little bit. Because the past couple hours, like, oh man, I need an energy drink. I need something. I need some pre-workout, something some caffeine.
Oh.
Exactly.
No, more water. More water.
100% more water. 100%. So just visualizing and breathing, and then focusing is starting to help out. It seems like.
Cool. So thanks for sharing that. Because I started to get a headache in the middle of our little meditation. I was feeling, because I can feel this resonance. So when I work with clients, my body's just kind of like a springboard. I'm like, just getting pings in my field, and I start to feel tension in my head, and I'm like, okay. So just extra information for you, and something we can do right now. Let's bring our hands together, and let's rub them. And we're activating the Lao Gong point of our hand, which is how we project and receive energy through the middle of our hand. Relax the shoulders, big breath in and out. Pause, slowly open, and then pulse very gently. You feel that pressure?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So now turn the palms and feel the energy kind of like come up towards your forehead from your palms. Now from here, I want you to pull the energy from your forehead over the top of your head and back, down the neck, down the shoulders, down into the earth, through the legs. Come in through the front, breathing in, over the top, down the back, into the earth. So what happens is sometimes the heat or the energy will get stuck in our head, and the yang energy is rising instead of going down into the earth. Already my fingers are buzzing. And then when you bring it down the back, let it fill the low back. Relax the hips and feel that come through the leg, down the feet into the earth. Breathing in, coming to the front. Now you're going to take your fingertips and you're going to kind of like drag through your scalp, back and down, and then through the collarbone, and then flip the hands out. Good. You're putting like 5 pounds of pressure. And let's do this about 20 times. Slow and controlled, breathing in as you come back and down. And then So the bladder channel and the gallbladder channel of the water and wood element start up here and come down. So we're just clearing out these parts of the channel that could be stuck. Good. Now, you bring your hands onto your low back and visualize from their head pulling the energy back and down to your low back. And as it comes down your low back, let that energy fill your low back, fill the Mingmen, relax the hips and legs, letting the energy redistribute into your body more effectively. How's your head feel now?
Pretty damn good. It feels good though. That sharp pain has gone away. It has definitely gone away.
Good.
I could feel it, after we were rubbing our hands together, kind of going up and down. Like when we first did that, I could feel the heat just pulsing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Starts to bring it down and then back up. That's pretty cool.
All right. So where I'm actually going to go into the treatment now, and you can just sit how you are, up straight, relax the shoulders, and just go into a meditation where you are bringing your awareness into your belly. And just so people know, like, I'm not, sending or pulling energy through the internet, through this, connection through Zoom. We're working through what's called entanglement, which is particles are interconnected. Doesn't matter how far space is, I can still treat you as if you're right here. So I'm literally going to create a hologram of you right here, and then I'm going to do a treatment. All right. I'm going to go through a process of what's called, we go through a process before we do our medical Qigong treatment, and I'm just going to describe it real quick. I go through an internal process of where I root down into the earth and I pull up earth chi, and I nourish my belly, and I come up and I nourish my heart, and then I overflow with earth energy through my Lao Gong points in my hands, and then I create a field around me, and I create this earthly energetic bubble. And then with that anchored to the earth, I literally, and there's hand seals too, or mudras, what we call them. And I'll go into these hand seals that help. It's really helping the energy circulate through the body because of how it pulls on our fascia bands. So then I create this thick, protective, healing field of earth energy, and I strengthen my root, and I literally blast off into heaven, and I connect with the grand central sun, and I pull in that sun, that heavenly sun essence, and I go through this process where I connect with the universal mind. And I go through a process of incantation where I'm like calling upon help from the divine and clearing out anything in this conscious reality that is not in alignment with source to be gone. Like literally clear out the demons. And then I come back in, I'm all synced up with heaven and earth, and then I create an energetic bubble around the patient, and then I create a vortex for the stagnant energy to be released, and I create just a protective field that is separate from external reality, so no interference can happen. And then what we do is we come in and we assess the Wei Qi field, which is their protective guardian field. You could say it's their aura, but I wouldn't use that word. It's more of a quality of how strong their vital energy is from a physical energetic, emotional, and spiritual level. So I'm able to assess their Wei Qi field, find where there's holes or maybe something stuck onto it, or could be really thick and smoky or whatever it is, or phonetic heat, and I clear it out, and then I get deeper into the field, and then I go and I nourish the organs and nourish the soul and just go through all this beautiful work. It's very intuitive. There's no mental thinking at all. The ego doesn't exist, and it's art. It's beautiful. And if you feel like crying, laughing, sharing something, don't hold it back. Don't repress it. Just let it out. I may prompt you. Something may kind of psychically come through, and I may prompt you into something, and I'll have you visualize maybe some colors to nourish the organs and so forth. And that's basically it. And then when we get done, we bring things that are excess into balance, and things that are deficient, we fill them up. Something's super hot, we clear out that excessive heat. Any stagnation that's there, we purge it, and then we tonify, and we just bring things into balance, and we have fun, and it's unique every time. It's never the same. So that's pretty much the rundown of the treatment. Sometimes they last an hour and a half to 2 hours. Sometimes they last 30 minutes. So we're just going to go with the flow, be what we'll call a Qigong drive-by. Doesn't have to be super long, but we'll just drop in. So bring your awareness back and down, drop into your core, and just breathe naturally. Right now, Brandon, I'm working on your feet, working on your roots. Good. And now I'm just tuning in to your lungs. Feel around your throat. So energy's like pushing up and goes off. Yeah. Almost like a really heavy weight. Sadness, guilt, shame, weigh the lungs down. You breathe in a white light, tonify the lungs. Good. Good. You're tonifying the lungs and the weight you feel right now. Down, we're going to nourish the kidneys. Now that we have this abundance of metal chi, we're coming down, filling the basin and the low back, nourishing the kidneys, filling up, nourishing the kidneys from the earth, filling through the foot, up the leg, kidney in. We're filling up the belt vessel right now, which connects the front and back. Feels like off on the left side. Right side feels full, the left side just feels off. Good. Check the lungs again. Lungs feel full. Doesn't feel blocked in the throat. Good. And down. Now we're going to check the spleen. So a little damp heat in here. Not too much though. Good. We'll check the liver. One more here. Woo. There's some chi in his bladder channel that needs to get cleared out. So take a big breath in. From the back of the head down, through your legs, down the back. Clear out. Feel free to get comfortable, walk around, grab some water, move yourself into a position where you're back in the light.
Yep, we get back in the light. Stand up and stretch.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. I'm back. You can see me. I was gone there for a bit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I had my eyes closed the whole time, just kind of focus. It felt good, especially when you first started. You said, "Hey, I want to work on your feet first," and kind of worked your way up. I don't know about you, but I felt my feet started to warm up. It was weird. It was gnarly. I was like, "What?" And then from there, I just tried to tune in and just focus.
What did you feel after that with your feet? Did you any other warm sensations or things like that?
Yeah, so it kind of felt like it kind of came up, right? It kind of came up out of the feet, up to the legs, started working its way up. And then once we're done, you're like, all right, cool. When I first stood up, like everything's like clear. Does that make sense? Not like transparent clear, but there's more clarity and just how I feel, right? There wasn't much, so I had legs, I didn't have leg day, but I had a really heavy set of some squat variations on Saturday. So I was feeling very tight in my hips these past couple of days. And I just stood up right now. I just got to move around. Oh, wow. Feel kind of good. I don't have that general sense of tightness, you know. I felt peaceful. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, you know.
Yeah,
There wasn't much of, not no hysteria, like laughing, no sadness, stuff like that. I felt good and at peace and relaxed, you know. Yeah, dude, loved it. Cool, bro. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Anytime.
All right, bye.